Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be back home after close to a decade. I remember more than 10 years ago coming here, hosting an event with an organization which is called ZSCO. And through the sports science department, through Dr. Kumalo and the other crew, I came before I became a student because I was already an athlete for the national team and beyond. But one of the things that I've been looking for over those years is a career that suits me very well, which means I'm a late groom in terms of getting into university. I get around mid 20s and whatever, because I was looking for something that was more of a passion to me than just finishing high school and getting to university. And I remember my first semester, I arrived when they were doing the Vice Chancellor's Games. And from then there was Dr. Sawyer. After I did what I knew best, those who knew what I could do in the track, I was a national champion, not only collegiate, but national champion. If you go and Google from your phone, you see my name, which I had never touched. Okay, then from there, I was introduced to the sports science department because before that, I was about to leave for a scholarship to America, Oral Roberts University as an athlete, but certain things couldn't work. So I lost hope, especially in terms of what I was going to do. But when I was introduced to sports science, I came here and I enrolled to this department. I really honor Dr. Makaza, the whole crew from the Department of Sports Science, because it was really a great 3.5 or so years. Because I had one semester as a conventional student, then I wrote a letter. I think they know. Then I told them, guys, I'm a practical person. I've been running, but then I'd qualify for all the university games to go to Russia. So I said, it's better for me to get more into block release so that I have more time to train, more time to coach. I was also running an academy down there in the streets, at the field. Then we went through the process. I represented the badge with honor by being 2 to 3 times collegiate champion, going for Africa University Games, World University Games, and everything. But at the end of the day, everything was really a pleasure. Then coming back to the university, last, and we're very sorry. I came with my sweetheart, my wife, who is there. We always move together. From then I finished college. Upon completion, I just adopted one thing, which is the motto, thinking other terms. I looked at what everyone was doing within the students, departments, and etc. Then one thing that I told myself is I want to be different. I want to think in my own direction. Because if we are to use the motto, think in other terms, there should be something that is different that we do so that we see that the motto really works. From there, I didn't know what I was doing, but I really had to jump in and say, how can I be able to improve the high performance area? Because I had my own limitation as an athlete where I couldn't go beyond my expectation. I remember I made a decision to move full time into coaching when I was in Russia. After I was knocked out in the second round, I saw other athletes that I was competing with. So I told myself, no matter what, it's too late. Because when you look even at the long-term athlete development program, here I was at the top. I was one of the best athletes, but I discovered globally I won't be able to get anywhere. I started running an academy, which I've sent more than 10 athletes on scholarship to the same field there. And post that, when I finished, I got involved into football because my thesis, I was dealing with the same team. I was dealing with my topic was on strength, and I did that with Dr. Swindy, and I really appreciate that. And that also brought that particular love for football. I worked with a number of teams around Blawayo, from Blawayo Chiefs, Chicken Inn, and etc. Then post that, I moved to Harare, and I also worked with the national team of rugby national team as a strength and conditioning coach, Gold Cup 2017. Post that, the national team of athletics as well. Post that, the senior national team soccer team, the last AFCON that was done in Cameroon. I was the strength and conditioning coach and sports scientist. And doors opened, I moved to Tanzania, where I'm a high performance consultant for Azam and also the national team, the qualifiers and everything. We were behind that. But at the end of the day, it was based on the same theme of thinking other terms, Few years down the line, I started my own company, Major Sports Institute. I wouldn't want to go further, like waste much time. I just want to go through this so that you can be able, at least to be able to understand where we're coming from and where we're going. This is just a branch of what these guys have given us. It's like when a tree is growing, you just take a branch, you start budding in a different direction. But at the end of the day, the foundation is in these guys, in the sports science department. But we just check another flower, it moves in a different direction, which is mainly, we dedicated ourselves more or less to coach education, directly dealing with the African coaches, like the mission dedicated to empower African coaches through applied sports science knowledge in line with their resource and culture. So we just had to look back to the resource and culture. And from the time we started, we've been incorporated into the different federations, the Tanzanian Football Federation, where I'm part of the CAF instructors of the football science and fitness in Zambia, and partially we have empowered a number of coaches. But like what I was saying, what we're just doing, we're just budding from the foundation of NAS Sports Science Department, and we make sure that we have the vision, which is African problems calls for African solutions. And this can only be achieved by igniting the creativity that leads to innovation and actually bring about everlasting solutions through integrity. So at the end of the day, we are coming back to thinking in other terms, looking at what we have in Africa and coming up now with the solution through the values of identity, integrity, innovation, and networking. And through the networking, I remember a few months ago, I met the sports director, Judy, and the manager in Harare. Then I said, I think there's something that we need to do also for the college, because we have been there, and there's a lot that have been done for us. But the little that we can do, maybe let's start by kit sponsorship, which we have brought the first batch. This is just the first batch, because we want home and away. Because remember, there's identity that is there. It doesn't make sense that this week they're putting on this, another week, this other one, another week. So we'll definitely make sure that we'll deliver the full. These are 30, and we are 30 for the players. We include the goalkeepers and also the technical bench. We're also going to keep them for the whole season. The reason is very simple. We are giving back as part of NAS. We are part of NAS. We are NAS at the end of the day. That's why I couldn't go into detail and say, now there was this version or whatever. We are NAS. No matter who comes and goes, we remain NAS. So it's an identity that we have that as we go globally, we are identified as NAS alumni. So definitely this is who we are. We managed to launch our website, which is a global gateway in terms of empowering coaches across Africa. We have more than 1,000 subscriptions going on that particular website. And I think the rest, we'll talk about it later. But the main thing that we came here for, we brought the first, I don't know if it will be the home or away kit. I don't know what it is. It's so up to you to decide what it is. You choose another color. The reason why we started with this one, because we want to choose another color which can match the away kit. Then people say, what is MS Tribe? MS Tribe is just Major Sports. It's just the sports science tribe. It represents everyone that is involved in sports science. So whenever we move into this, we move also into branding. I have a number of books that I've written. Maybe after this, I'll also give to the Vice Chancellor and the leadership that as we write more in terms of the entrepreneurship side of sport. If you had to come back and look at AFCON and say that, okay, maybe there's a budget of $1 billion, it's $1 billion industry, I always ask myself, where is my 100,000 from there? So we moved it into entrepreneur that we can also be able to, after we have finished here, we can also be able to come back, give back, grow sport to the next level, funding that can come also sometime maybe to the university in terms of developing sport. So basically we had this particular brand, which is regional. We have a company in Zambia, we have a company in Botswana, we have a company in Tanzania, Kenya, and we are spreading across Africa. But the foundation is always in one thing, think in other terms. Thank you very much. And this is the small token that we have. We brought about 4 match balls. These kids will bring another match balls as well. These are balls that have been used. These are FIFA certified balls. You see as you use the ball, they are not common balls. We'll try to bring as many as possible, but the season there were about 10 match balls. And the kids, and who knows, as time goes on, we move into tracksuits and other thing, but at least whenever they are playing, we are also following and we are also seeing that this is what we have. Who knows, if all goes well, as time goes, we can say, okay, fine, we can help in terms of certain traveling, whatever, from the players, but definitely it is all about thinking in other terms. We also go back and speak to our fellow alumni that we learned with these guys. Why can't we go back? We gather them together. Why can't we go back and take our maybe college to the next level? Thank you very much. I think I was born to talk. If I keep on talking until evening. Thank you.